gonna go get him. No, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi. Come on in. We're just getting ready to start. Ready to sit down? Yeah, go ahead and have a seat. Most people are online. And we have a couple of people that have decided they can't come tonight for health reasons. That happens frequently.
Let me know.
Yeah, we're going.
All right. Good evening. My name is Reverend Karen. I'll be your chairperson tonight. All right. Thank you for everyone for taking part in the quiet energy work portion of the service. Your cooperation in creating this sacred space is greatly appreciated. Let us begin this evening with 3 ohms. And would you join me in an opening prayer? Father, Mother, God, higher beings, guides, and teachers, be with us and overlight this service as we find together that path to higher light and bring humanity with us. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
All right. Please open to the first page in your book, and we will say together the universal greeting. If this is new to you, please watch the service workers up front to follow the interactive hand movements. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I hear your needs. I see your beauty. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together. All right. And if you will please turn to the next page, and we will say together the 9 principles of spiritualism. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in all sacred texts are divine attributes proven through mediumship. This evening's program will include an inspired talk by the other Reverend Karen.
So this is the next in our series that we've been going through each month as we're working our way through the Western Zodiac. That we had a goal that we chose to work on First thing was taking the action to actually choose which of the many things we had to choose from that we were going to work on. Then it was a matter of rolling up our sleeves with that Taurus energy and getting into the work. Then there was a moment where we called on the powers of Gemini to enlist the help of others. Then we went to that Cancer energy and said, you know, I must not forget that while I'm working on this goal, that I still need to take care of myself, that's important. Now we've come to Leo. Leo is all about stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight. The thing that you're working on is important to you. And there's no reason that you should try to hide your light under a barrel. Be proud of the progress that you've made. Be ready to show what you've accomplished so far. Even if it doesn't seem like you've accomplished a ton of stuff yet, you're still making progress. That's the key here. Just take that moment to accept that you are powerful for having taken this step to work towards this goal. This is something that you've wanted, and we're gonna, carry on from there. And as the year progresses, we're just gonna keep on going till we get to the end and that goal is achieved. I think that's it for now.
Okay. We welcome your donations to help us maintain our presence in the community. You may donate via our website, www.circleoflightstl.org, or through our Facebook page.
We're just skipping on down.
Yep.
We're skipping on down.
Yep.
So thank you.
Thank you for your donations. All funds help us in our mission to seek, develop, and teach the knowledge of the relationship between humanity and spirit. The crystal globe displayed here on our altar is filled with prayers and energy for healing Mother Earth and all of her children. Everyone is welcome to contribute prayers for world healing and world peace. We invite you to add your energies to this sacred sharing. We will now say together the prayer for spiritual healing found on the next page, after which there will be a short silence for you to softly say the names of anyone that you would like to receive extra healing this week. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask the great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Current announcements.
Well, next week, we're going to be having a fireside chat. This comes up when we have an extra Sunday in the month. And we're going to be, read our event. We've got a theme. So we'll answer all sorts of questions that you have about spiritualism. But if you read our event, we talk about the specific topic that we're going to be trying to focus on.
And feel free to send it ahead of time to make sure we've got it and are able to include it.
That's right.
Because sometimes if you try to send it during the discussion, we might miss it if there's a little bit of lag in the internet. Of course, if you're here, you can ask us in person.
Yes, and then William's going to have a meditation on the 24th on the law of attraction. So we've got some things coming up.
Yep. Okay. Once again, we thank you for your donations. Please join me in a prayer over the offerings. Father, Mother God, higher beings, thank you for bringing prosperity into our lives on all planes, physical, emotional, spiritual, and allowing us to send that abundance back out into our community and our world so that it may do the best good where it is needed. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
All right, and now we come to the message portion of our service. Please actively listen to each message as these come from universal source via our guides. They may be tailored for the individual, but they do contain universal wisdom. Please address any questions you have about the messages to the message bearer after the service. To welcome each of our spirit workers, getting hot already. We sing together to raise the vibration of our circle. We view the word God as a universal term for deity rather than signifying any one particular path. Our message bearer tonight will be myself, Reverend Karen, and please let us sing In the Garden, verses 1 and 2. I think that may be song number 3. I'm not sure. All right. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And she walks with me, and she talks with me, and she tells me I am her own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Good evening. As I said, my name is Reverend Karen, and tonight I am working with the physician, Gustav, Maya, and my joy guide, Kara. Anybody online?
Lois?
Lois, okay. Lois. Okay, my guides are showing me a bridge, but it's a bridge being built out of, like the wooden building blocks like a kid has. And they're all different colors, and they actually look like they've been several different sizes from different sets, but it's still been very carefully put together so that it's very strong. And in fact, it's gaining strength from the various sizes and pieces. They're supporting each other in a more balanced way than if they were all the same size and all identical. And my guides are telling me not everything has to match. You don't have to have a matching set of dishes to have a dinner. Use what you have, and you may actually end up with a stronger build, a stronger item or goal, because you use different things instead of trying to make it all a perfectly matched set.
Okay. Reverend William?
Okay. Reverend William. Okay, so I am being shown, a very specific bird, an albatross. Now, many times you say albatross and people think of, the albatross around the neck, the albatross being seen as an ill omen. Except if you think about it, albatrosses have one of the longest ranges. They get up there and they have those huge wings, and they're meant to soar and take advantage of the energy, especially the wind energy, to make long, long trips. And that's kind of what my guides are emphasizing, that when you've got something, a project or a goal in mind that requires a long-term, requires long-term sustenance, think of that wind energy. Because, you know, the winds that we get here feel local, but they're all affected by the winds all over the earth and how they interact with each other. So if you've got a goal that needs long sustained energy, don't forget about that wind energy.
Okay, Wanda?
Wanda. Whoop, there comes the joy guide. Okay, so basically, the first thing I was being shown was like, you know, the mother duck with all the little ducklings belong behind her. And I was like, ducks in a row? And then my joy guide pops up and says, that's just quackers. So, yes, sometimes we are encouraged by the world around us to have our ducks in a row, to have everything in its place, in its time, you know, in that perfect little alignment. You know, yes, a group of ducks gets there from point A to point B in their nice little line. However, a group of cats just running all over the place will still get from their home to the food in just as efficient a manner. So don't think that you have to herd your cats into a row of ducks. A little chaos is okay. Anybody else?
I think that's all in that.
All right. Would you like a message? Okay, so the first image I got was from an old soap opera. It was the hourglass, and the overlay is like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And but then it flips the hourglass over and goes, oh no, that's not really what I meant. Do over. So they've tipped this hourglass over on its side, and they've got it rolling around. And so sometimes the sand, it's a little bit more tipped this way, and sometimes it's more tipped this way, and they're like, yes, in this current plane, in this physical plane, we do tend to take time as literally linear. We go from now into the future, and the past is behind us. But when you are interacting with your higher self, higher beings, your guides and teachers, especially in those meditative states, or possibly if you're doing any dream work, in those other planes, those other worlds, you're not limited to our linear time. You can go back and maybe work with a past life to fix something that's affecting your current life. So if you're doing some meditative work, kind of keep that in mind, that you're not limited to our current linear time. Would you like a message?
Sure.
Okay, so I keep seeing the opening placard for the show, The Real McCoys.
Okay.
And, oh, okay, they're using that to represent, we've got, current TV, we've got, you can watch anything, anywhere. You can see, you know, music videos from Poland, you can see music video, but they want you to not forget that sometimes the old information, the basics, the basics like the hill folk would have, is sometimes your best source to build on, and then you can take it into the future.
Okay.
Right. That's it.
Yep.
Thank you for allowing me to stand between the worlds. All right. Where are we at? It is now time for our meditation led by Reverend Karen.
All right, so if everyone could just find a comfortable position that allows the energy to flow through you without interruption. Find that point of balance. Perhaps take some deep cleansing breaths that allow your body to settle into that position. Let your mind turn inward, unconcerned with the things that you know are out there in your day-to-day life. They're not going anywhere. They'll be waiting for you. They can just sit for a moment while you do the work. As you look inside, you are drawn back to your study, that place, that focus where you have been going, that you can work on your various goals. Now that you are several months into the process, you have accomplished maybe not as much as you thought you'd have accomplished by this time, but still you've accomplished things while still taking care of yourself. You've celebrated the little victories. You've drawn on the support of your community. And yet, you still seem like a supporting player in your own life. Rather than the architect that you are. Sometimes we become so focused on what we're doing, we forget that others are making note. They notice what we are doing. Rather than being in your study, perhaps it is time to go out and acknowledge that people have taken note. How do we do this? Well, you look up from your desk and a woman stands before you in a golden dress. And she says, "Come with me. It's time to go outside." As you take her hand, it is warm. There is a radiant confidence that you feel. Perhaps you are nervous about being so recognized, so recognizable. She simply smiles at you and says, There's nothing to fear. People who know appreciate what you've done, but they can't tell you if they don't see you, if you hide yourself away. Take some of their energy for yourself. It's not selfish. So you step outside with her and suddenly you see a crowd of people. People you know. People who have been with you from the beginning, who have supported you, maybe in big ways, maybe in small ways. Maybe they provided advice. Maybe they provided money. Maybe they just brought you something to drink when you had forgotten that you need to eat and drink once in a while. And when you step outside and you see them, they all break into applause. And for a moment, it feels a little overwhelming. But as you allow that applause to wash over you, you feel the positive energy that it's bringing with it. That acknowledgement that you are the star of your own life, and that other people have noticed, and they celebrate with you. That it is okay to be the lead role in your life. You don't have to apologize for it or make any excuses. The sun is shining. The people surround you with their positive energy. And for that moment, you just allow yourself to be bathed in that love and acceptance. Sometimes we forget that we matter, that our existence is important. We begin to feel like one small piece in such a large puzzle. But you know, the puzzle without all the pieces is incomplete. Every being is vital. You are vital. You are important. Your goals are important. You matter. And as the applause dies down, they ask you how you're doing, how it's going, how can they be more supportive. And even if you feel you haven't accomplished 1/10 of what you want to get done to achieve this particular goal, don't be ashamed. The fact that you have accomplished something is what's important. And as you gather the information of how they can help you to move forward in your goal, your confidence increases. The thought that you might actually make this goal a reality becomes more firmly centered in your heart. And with that confidence comes a calm clarity. As the crowd disperses, the woman in the golden dress takes you back inside, and yet you still feel the sun on your skin. You still feel the warmth of the crowd's acknowledgement. You feel energized, focused, and like the star that you are. And as you return to your study, the woman says, "You see, it was so simple. You just have to remember who you are." Don't let others tell you who you are. Know who you are. And no one can take that from you. And with that, she slowly disappears. And you look at your game plan for achieving your goal, and another card seems to have a big check mark on it. It says completed. And the number of cards is slowly diminishing as you tick off each item that needs to be done. Your confidence is high. Your goal seems closer than ever. And with that warmth still radiating within you, you feel your physical form call to you. The study fades away. You return back to your form. You feel it center around you. You feel the warmth in your heart as it fills your form with its energy and power. When you feel fully seated in your form again, you may feel the urge to move, and when you are ready, you open your eyes, confident and self-assured.
Please join me in a closing prayer. Father, Mother, God, higher beings, guides, and teachers, thank you for being with us through this journey to see just how much we have accomplished and help us to take credit for what we have done. And let us not be ashamed to show that progress to the world. So mote it be.
So might it be.
All right. Thank you for joining us in our circle of light. Please stand with us in unity as we join together to sing "Let There Be Peace on Earth." Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
See everyone next week.